cards earlier. Nothing fell out, so we're just going to go right ahead with the reading. I have the Fool in reverse, the King of Cups. This is the Nine of Swords, the Seven of Pentacles, the Moon upright, the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, the Hangman, and the Five of Swords in reverse. I'm actually going to pull out 2 more cards. I want to find out about this non-victory situation with the Five of Swords. Okay. So, I feel like it's going to be a rough month. There are a lot of pentacles here. And I feel that mainly it's a job-related problem in that you feel very impoverished, and you feel that all the effort that you've put into something has not given you the satisfactory payout. So in this situation, you have the Seven of Pentacles. He's toiling away and he's storing all the pentacles. And he's got one left, and he's, looking at what he's accomplished so far, and he's, proud of it. In the reverse situation, though, he just feels that it's all for nothing. He feels that he invested a lot of time and energy into, the past. And there was the sense of completion, the sense of abundance never came to be with this reverse Ten of Pentacles. And with Cancers, in general, material and emotional wealth mean a lot to them. So, mean a lot to you guys. So, if a Cancer is not emotionally fulfilled or is not financially stable, they are totally, out of whack. And they are really crappy people to be around. So I feel that you need to sort this out if you can for this month. Otherwise, it might affect all your relationships, and I feel that it actually might. So let's just go ahead with the rest of the reading. Now, for the beginning of the month, we have this energy of the Fool in reverse. Now, the Fool upright, he talks about, grabbing life by the horns and taking risks and just being very open and free and for whatever life has to offer. In the reverse position, I feel that you are very guarded at this point, and you're lacking I would use the word spontaneity. You're lacking that joy in life, and you feel that you have to rein your feelings in, and you have to hold yourself back for whatever reason. And I feel that with the let's see, with the King of Cups right next to him, the King of Cups is in the upright position. However, he is also turning away from the Fool. So I feel that it's an emotional situation in that you're being very guarded with your feelings. And the King of Cups is a water sign too, so that could be representative of you. That could also be representative of a male water sign in your life that is offering you, the cup of emotional joy and abundance. And yet you're hesitant about taking that leap of faith, not knowing if this relationship, friendship, business venture, or whatever would work out. So as a result of that, if this King of Cups is somebody else in your life, he's sort of turning away. It's because you're taking too long to come to a decision. You're taking too long to take that leap of faith. So they're kind of losing interest, and he's like shifting away and looking elsewhere. So I feel that that's the energy at the beginning of the month. The next card that I see is the Nine of Swords. And this could be a time of mental anguish. The swords are all problems that we create in for ourselves by overthinking or by dwelling on things and thoughts that have, no bearing in the reality of the situation, it's keeping you up at night. This man or woman is up at night, like stressed out and worried. And I feel that somehow it might also be related to this King of Cups situation. If there is a male authority figure in your life, even, he's looking this way, so I'm reading them together. If there is a male authority figure in your situation, there might have been arguments or disputes with that person. And, it seems like this King of Cups is actually doing is being the verbally abusive person in this situation. So it's hurting you, and you're dwelling on it too much. You're reading too much in between the lines. You're making it into worse of a situation than it actually is, because it's all mental anguish. There's no bearing in reality. And the next one I have is, like I mentioned earlier, the Pentacle. So, all the work that you put in, and I would say to basically repair the situation or to address the situation, has not given you the outcome that you've wished for. So if you were hoping to reconcile or, with the King of Cups, that hasn't paid out. If you're working at at your job and you're doing all that you're supposed to, things are being delayed, and you feel kind of frustrated at this point that things are not going the way you want so early in the year, and especially a new year. So we have high hopes, but things are delayed, and you're feeling stressed out and worried about it. The next card I have here is the Moon. And the Moon and the King of Cups are the only two that are upright in this reading. So the Moon talks about following your intuition, following the path that is laid out for you, that your inner voice is telling you to proceed ahead with. I feel that, Cancers in general is a water sign. So Cancers are very intuitive, extremely intuitive. So they automatically know what they need to do. And they are actually very in tune with their emotions and with their intuition. However, the Fool here is in reverse, and it's on top of the Moon. So that signifies to me that fear is holding you back from pursuing something. I feel that the time is right with this full moon. It's the right time to start something, to take that leap of faith that the Fool upright denotes, but it's in the reverse position. So you're having a lot of self-doubt. And Cancers you need to work on your self-esteem issues, first of all. And also, you need to pay attention to that self-doubt. Whenever it comes in, it's going to do you more harm than good. And it can also even manifest in physical harm, in that, it affects your health. So just let go of the negativity and all that self-doubt, because you are a very, very loving sign, and you're very intuitive. So listen to this and let that self-doubt go. And, don't be afraid to take chances and to take a leap of faith, because I feel that with the King of Cups, the only court card in this reading that is upright, people are generally very receptive towards you and towards what you have to offer. So take that leap of faith and just have that trust that the other person will be upright with you. All right? The next one I have, again, it's another, interestingly, it's another, the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. So, okay, so this can play out in this way, just because it's underneath, and I'm getting this weird energy that, I feel that, in my interpretation of these two cards together, this might be an authority figure in your life, like maybe a father figure, who is withholding the purse strings, who is a little more stingy when it comes to giving you an allowance or things like that, or if you're relying on somebody, if you're in a situation where you're financially dependent on your partner, they're holding back on you. And it feels like, it could be affection. And I feel like the Ten of Pentacles usually denotes like completion of the home, a happy home life and family. So I feel like this is a family situation that needs to be resolved this month. Actually, with the rest of the cards, I don't think it's going to be resolved this month. But once again, we do have free will and the energies are there. But I feel like it might drag on. It might drag on for, hopefully, let's see. It might drag on until maybe even the time of Taurus. We do have the Ace of Pentacles here, which is, the earth sign. So I feel that this is a situation that might be dragged on for a little while longer, especially if you're dealing with like a family member or someone you're personally invested in, emotionally, financially, in every way. Then this is an ongoing situation. It's been ongoing in the past, and I feel like it's going to be dragged on. So in general, this person is withholding love and affection, and he feels rightfully so, because he feels that you're squandering it. And well, understandably, Cancers, when it comes to spending, they spend on emotional items without, little practicality. So that might be how this person feels you're behaving. So that's why they're withholding the resources, withholding the affection. So there's a little bit of just, I guess, like an imbalance regarding how they feel they should behave and how you feel. And both sides believe that they're in the right. But so everyone's at this impasse. And I definitely feel some withholding of resources or, emotions in this situation. So the next one is the Hangman. And once again, this is time for introspection. So again, you know that there is problems in the family, there are problems in your past, there are problems with money not coming in. So what can we do? The Hangman is your guidance. What can you do differently, or how can you look at the situation objectively and solve this situation? And on top of that, you do have the two sword cards. The Nine of Swords, which is the mental anguish, and the Five of Swords, which is like the defeat. You feel totally defeated. You're not getting that swift victory that you're craving. And the Hangman is caught in between this, the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, and this lack of victory. So I feel like you're at an impasse at this point, and there's nothing you can do to forge ahead. So you need to take this time off, look at a different strategy, approach this problem from a different perspective and see how what you can do differently, or what strategies you can take to appeal to this man if that's the one you're quarreling with. Or maybe channel the energy of this man, the upright King of Cups, who is very mature, emotionally mature. So maybe approach a situation with emotional maturity, again corroborated by the moon. So approach this situation with the emotional maturity. If it's a dispute with family or with loved ones or in any financial dealings, then people need to be upfront and honest, and not to approach it in a way to solve the solution, okay? Because I feel that with the sword cards in reverse in this reading, that information is misused for personal gains. And I know that it's really hard for water signs to channel, the sword energy of the air signs, the intellect, the objectivity. So maybe in this situation, that's what both sides need to do, but especially for you, you have to channel that the gift of, insight, but at the same time, intellect and just objectivity to approach this situation and resolve it, not only to achieve what you want, but to resolve it in a way where it's fair for both parties. And I feel that that is what the King of Cups upright would want to represent. The next card I have here is, again, the Five of Swords, and this is not going to give you the victory that you're craving for, and it's not going to let you, walk away with the spoils of war. However, you can also look at it this way. It's a victory that is ordained by the universe. It is a victory that is satisfactory for both parties. It might not be just for you, and we can't look at only ourselves and what we want. We also have to look at the other party that we're involved with. This shows a swift victories that leaves the other team decimated, destroyed completely. In the reverse situation, it might not be to your liking, but you don't have to cut down, your opponents in order to feel good about yourself. So I feel that this is the insight that you're getting from this card. You might not get the result exactly as you want it, but it's less hurtful than it would have been otherwise. So I pulled out 2 more cards. And again, I feel like this unity card right here, it's very much related to a union. You have this floral wreath, and the wands representing an archway leading into the home where you have happy people. Is in the reverse situation. I feel that this dispute might in fact be family related, especially when it dealing with like a father figure, a patriarch in a family, because the women are happy. And I feel that it might be, protecting the women somehow. And with the moon card here is interesting because the moon is a very feminine energy. So you feel that either, like with this reverse, either the feminine energy is being repressed in this home, or they're being, it feels almost like they're being held behind bars. And that's what you want to achieve by, confronting the structure that are suppressing this feminine energy, or the females in your life. So this is what you value, and this image here doesn't show that you're going to get the victory or the satisfaction of, being the one to break them free. With the last card is the Ace of Pentacles in reversed. Now I apologize, this seems a bit of a somber reading, and I apologize for that. I'm hoping next month will be better for you. But Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So Ace of Pentacles upright would be a gift from the universe, a gift of financial abundance, a new job opportunity. I don't feel that, I feel that it's delayed. I feel that it's going to be delayed. Possibly, there are a lot of pentacle cards here, so I would say like until the next Earth cycle. So like the next one, that we're in Capricorn right now. So we can even, so the end of this month would be the time of Aquarius. So it might not be until Taurus, the time of Taurus, which is the next one. So it's going to be delayed, and I know it's stressing you out. I'm really hoping next month will be better. But I feel that, throughout all of this, the King of Cups is upright. So if you're in this situation and you've been upright the whole time, and all of this is going around you and it's hurting you, all the worries about finances, all the worries about your family and, breaking up the family and things like that, you're still upright and you're still holding your values. So your integrity is still intact. However, with the Fool here, the one thing you can change about this is the risks that you're willing to make, and what you're willing to sacrifice with. So I would imagine this is a turning point, and you don't have you have too much self-doubt to leap off this cliff the way this Fool wants to go. So you have that self-doubt, and it's holding you back. And it's holding you back from basically maybe even confronting this very patriarchal figure in your life. He's also in the upright position too, so I feel that if you take that leap of faith, if you forge on ahead, both people will be upright and there can be an open discussion. So harness that energy. So keep that in mind too for the rest of this month. If there's a chance, go for it. Don't be so afraid. Don't doubt yourself. Just go for it. The other people will meet you halfway. Alright, so if this reading resonates with you, please contact me and we can do a private reading if you so wish. And also like, subscribe, and share. And I'm hoping that you enjoy. Have a good month.